The stream is fine, right, guys? Like it looks fine. It looks okay, right? Hang on, let me actually look up the stream myself. Hang on. Yeah, it should be fine. It looks alright, so I'm not sure why YouTube is giving me this error. I've never seen this before. YouTube is telling me to change the video resolution, even though I've been streaming on YouTube with this resolution for months now. This is the first time I'm actually reading such a message from YouTube. It's actually an error message. I am unsure of why it is doing that. That is very odd. But anyways, since I'm looking at the stream and it looks just fine, we'll keep going. So, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Chainsaw Man stream, continuing our streak of reacting and reading individual chapters. Give me a sec. Let me get the actual manga up. There we go. So I'm gonna move this here. So I've heard next chapter, which should be 140, is coming up next week as well, so that's great. That is great for us to consume, that is for sure. Alright, let me set up the Twitch version as well. Alright, I should be live on Twitch. I am, that's great. Copy this. There we go, I'm gonna pin that. So if you are watching this live and you want to see the actual pages on the screen, then you can hop on over to Twitch. I will show that once we actually start the reaction. If not, then if you are watching the VOD, for example, you missed the stream, then you can watch the on-screen pages version that is linked in the description below. Just give me a couple of hours to edit that out once the stream is over. Right. Boom, chapter 139. Gonna change the screen on Twitch. Boom. Okay. I'm gonna turn off the music. Let me make sure. Yep. All right, we are good to go. Like I said, if you want to see the on-screen pages version, then you can hop on over to Twitch if you are watching this live, or if not, then you can just sync it up with your own, I guess, manga version, if your own screen, if you are still watching this on YouTube, or if you are watching the VOD, then you can just head on over to the on-screen pages version that is linked in the description below. All right, let us continue on with Chainsaw Man Chapter 139. A chair's feelings. I'm just going to assume immediately that the chair is Denji. This is also a nice tie-in to a chapter from part 1, which is a dog's feelings, right? Should also be interesting to see where Fujimoto is gonna go with this title, because it can mean a lot of things, especially when it comes to Denji. Denji, if he is being a chair, and of course, I mean, we have kind of seen Denji be a chair in this part, right, in school. So it'll be curious to see where Fujimoto is gonna go, symbolically speaking, in terms of what he is going for with this title, A Chair's Feelings, and what it means for Denji as a character. Denji being a chair could also mean that Denji is just an object within this story so far that is just letting other people be comfortable to sit, right? That is a possibility. There's a lot of ways that you can think of it that way, but in typical Fujimoto fashion, it could be, you know, something else entirely. Anyways, let us continue on. This conversation between Chainsaw Man and Sword Man, once again. Does this jog your memory? When you fought Makima, a pretty strong sword wielder should have been there too. Yeah, that's right. That was me. Nope. No, I don't remember you. Long story short, but I'm not the one who fought that battle. Huh? Wait, you're not? Yeah, look, I gotta go to school. Denji just straight up said, "Who asked? Who? Who are you? Who asked? I don't care. I have school. I have my priorities. I don't remember jack shit about what happened at the last half of Chainsaw Man as well," says Denji. Alright, have a good one. Goodbye. And we cut back to school. Of course he's transferring. I transferred here from Kanagawa. My name's Mirisugo. My hobbies are running and playing the piano. Huh? Is he a hunk or what? He's like a mashup of Denji and the student council president. One more thing. I'm not here to make friends. So don't talk to me, you pieces of trash. And then everybody comes in. Do you have a girlfriend? Were you in a club at your old school? You have to play the piano for us. Come on. They won't shut up. Hey, Denji, will you get rid of them for me? Denji's like, this dude just transferred, and immediately all of the girls are clinging at him. Like, life must have sucked to be Denji. Alright, what do we got? The rooftop of the school, I assume? Yes, he is a... What do you want, dude? Spit it out already. It's private. Oh, don't mind me. I know what's up. I'm a public safety dog. Yes, you are. You're over public safety? You serious? Well, whatever. I'm here as a Chainsaw Man church messenger, okay? The weapons walk with the Chainsaw Man church. The weapons, you say? Join us, Denji. The weapons? We are a community of people like you. People who can turn into doubles. The hybrids? Most of the church's top brass are weapons. They're promising you a pretty high position if you join. Also, weapons. Who else is looking for weapons in this current part? Oh yeah, that's right, Yoru. She's trying to find as much weapon that is powerful enough to defeat Chainsaw Man, right? And also to defeat the apocalypse and all that stuff, but that's we don't talk about that. That's nothing to worry about. Wait. It's the Chainsaw Man Church. You gotta make Chainsaw Man the church's leader. Anything less is disrespectful to Senpai, don't you think? Yeah. What she said. Hey, it's a pretty good offer. You only need to pitch in a little with jobs they give you, and you can do whatever else you want. You can even turn down jobs you don't want to do. You can spend as much money as you want too. I go to the arcade and eat steak every day. Steak every day? Wouldn't you get tired of steak if you ate it every day? I'd go with sushi. Yeah, sushi. I could never get tired of sushi. Oh, I want a daily buffet too if I could get it. I'd never get tired of buffets either. I mean, even if I had one every single day, I'd never get tired of Chinese food, even if I ate it for every meal. The food is not the point, you idiot. What are you, little kids? Well, one of them is kind of, and the other one is technically 20 years old, 22 years old, so they're kids on the inside, man. Doesn't matter how old you are, you're still a child at the end. I didn't take this job to chit-chat about infantile crap. Denji, you should understand. I should? I spent my entire life being used like a tool by worthless bastards. There you go. Thank you, Denji. I heard it was the same for you. Oh no, that was Sword Dude. Never mind. Sorry, I looked at the wrong speech bubble. And of course, Denji's giving him that look. See? That look says bingo. Am I right? Bingo. I'm not about to worship you, but I am grateful to you with every passing day. In the Chainsaw Man Church, I'm truly free. I realized something. My body, my brain, I ought to use them for myself. Join me in the Chainsaw Man Church. I'll protect you from public safety and that sushi woman. And once again, everybody's looking out for Denji, but looking out to control Denji. Like, there's always an ulterior motive. It doesn't matter who it is. Now the question is, should we trust him? At this point, I don't really trust anybody. Like, why? Why would I trust anybody who is not Kishibe, for example? Like, if Kishibe comes in and tells Denji what to do, boom, instantly I would go, yes, Denji, follow his orders. We know him. He's a G. We know him. We know he can be trusted. But all of these other people? No. No. They are not to be trusted. They are all coming in. They all want their own ulterior motives. They all want to use Denji for some reason. A man cannot catch a break. Even though this dude is basically telling him, dude, in the Chainsaw Man Church, I learned how to be free. And it's not really free. It's not true freedom, man. You transferred schools to give Senpai a recruitment pitch? Wait, Sugo, are you sure you aren't being taken advantage of again? Ooh, she's got a point there. Huh? I'm not. I'm doing this out of my own free will. Chainsaw Man of all people being a chair, it doesn't sit right with me. Get it? It doesn't sit right. Get it? I that was terrible. But feel good. I cannot argue with the man. I cannot argue with the man. Butts feel good. Chairs are, like, content in their own way. You know, here we go. This is what I was asking about when I was reading the title, right? What is Fujimoto going to be using in terms of, like, the analogy between Denji being a chair? We've seen him use the analogy of Denji being a dog. Now, what about a chair? Chairs are, like, content in their own way. Yeah, maybe I can't eat steak every day, but I do eat pop stickers and ice cream and other tasty food. I'm happy with my normal life. Plus, a normal life was my dream. I'm not joining the Chainsaw Man Church. Angry. Why is he refusing me? Forget it. Let's get one thing straight. I did not transfer here just to recruit you. I wanted to be your friend, Denji. Because you're the one who killed Makima and freed me. Ooh. Genuine feelings? Or emotional manipulation? Too bad. If you came with me, you could sleep well with all the women you want. Emotional manipulation. Denji, please, Denji, I know. Denji, do not trust him. He's using the woman card. If somebody tells Denji that he can do whatever he wants, especially in regards to getting laid, no, man. We know better here. He is specifically using Denji's weakness of his lust to win him over. Nah, man. Door, as usual, closes. So what are we gonna be seeing on the other side of the door? Right? I'm assuming that's gonna be where we're gonna be cutting to next. Yeah. Now hold up. Hold up. Wait. Did you teleport? Yeah, I was about to ask. Uh-huh. This could be a funny gag where the character just immediately appears because of what he just said about, like, getting laid by women, and it's like, haha, funny gag. But I mean, we've been dealing with a lot of doppelgangers in this part. Like, I'm not sure. I've given what you said a lot of thought, but whether I've also been somebody else's tool. I mean, this dude is, like, still, like, I just went out. I just went through the door. You were outside of the door. How are you? You're damn right. I was a fool. Chainsaw Man Church? Sign me up. And of course, I mean, of course. Denji, my dude, Denji, my boy. The prospect of freedom being used to entice Denji. But in this case, freedom feels more like an illusion. Because if Denji did end up signing up, it's like, we're giving you freedom, you're not gonna be a tool. I am not sure. I will say I personally feel like him thanking Denji for freeing him was genuine. I don't know. I am not sure. I'm gonna end the stream on Twitch, by the way, because I've read all of the pages. So if you are on Twitch, thank you so much. But hop on over back to YouTube. All right, right. Um, yeah. Hmm. I do feel like there. I don't know. I don't know. Chainsaw Man has conditioned me to not trust anybody at first glance. Denji easily trusting other people led to Denji completely suffering. So why should we assume that he would be any different? At least for now, right? I'm just saying, at least for now, we just met him. I feel like this is gonna be a case where hang on, what name is he giving himself? Sugo. I feel like at this point, I feel like this is going to be a case where Sugo uttered those lines of, I want to be friends with you, Denji, because you killed Makima and you freed me. I feel like he is using that as manipulation to um essentially bring Denji in, but there's going to be like moments in the future where he's gonna go and say the otherwise, as in he's gonna go, no, Denji, at that time, I really do mean it, I really do, and it's gonna be revealed that he does mean it and such. Like the typical, at first they didn't really mean it, but they actually do mean it type of situation. Because on one hand, you can say that he was being genuine about it, but then the next sentence he literally just says, "If you come with me, I can. You could probably sleep with all of the women if you want." So like, what? He is genuine, but then he immediately falls back into emotional manipulation? No, screw that. I mean, the general lesson for Denji is great, though, right? As in, he needs to be his own person, he needs to be free, but the way he is going at it is wrong, in my opinion, because he is being pushed to be free not from his own free will, but from the push of other people, therefore manipulation, like I said. And Denji going into a Chainsaw Man church, him signing it all up, going like, "Hell yeah, man! You're right. I was a damn fool." Chainsaw Man church? Can I be the leader of that? Sign me up. That is giving me heavy Fire Punch vibes. Heavy. Heavy. The idea of a character who is revered as a god from a certain section of people to the point where they worship them as such, that ultimately evolves into a cult. And it didn't really end well, let's just put it that way, without spoiling much. Hmm. It's the weapons, though. It's the part that says the weapons. Like, who are we gonna meet? Because obviously they are referring to hybrids, right? People who can turn into devils. That's literally a hybrid. And since he is here, we have talked about like the possibility of seeing other hybrids from the past, or the hybrids that was with Makima at the end at the end of part 1. So hey, the people who are huffing copium at the return of Reze, maybe that's gonna open some major wounds for Denji, that's for sure. I'm narratively speaking, a church, or in this case, a cult, don't usually end up being the good guys. Usually they end up being the bad guys, or we learn that they are pretty deranged and they will do a lot of things that goes against the very nature of our main character. You know what I mean? Like, Denji's gonna go. I mean, Denji at the end of this chapter is gonna go, Chainsaw Man Church, sign me up. He's gonna go there. He's gonna realize, oh, wait a minute. These guys have no idea about my morals or what I do. They know of Chainsaw Man's morals, but they don't know of Denji's morals. And that's gonna be a hard lesson for him as well. Especially since then, if he does end up joining, there is that added weight of like, oh yeah, these guys are worshipping me. I am their god. I am Chainsaw Man. They look out for me. They look up to me. If I do something wrong, they could turn on me, you know? Or if I do something wrong and they blindly agree to it, then I could cause a lot of chaos. That could also be a thing. Again, very, very high Fire Punch vibes from this. I guess we shall see where Fujimoto is gonna go with this subplot. Don't you feel that War Devil is getting less evil time to time? Dude, she doesn't feel evil when we first met her. I mean, first chapters of part 2, it was pretty established that she was kind of a goofball. Like, she's not evil, dude. Nah. She may think that she's evil, but she's not. She's a dork. And speaking of the church and other such, I mean, I didn't mention this before, right? But the possibility that the church is going to use Chainsaw Man for their own personal gain because they just found their god. You would think that they would let Denji do whatever they want, but that's not usually how it goes. Here Denji says, I've given what you said a lot of thought about whether I've also been somebody else's tool. I would be very surprised if he does end up joining. He is going to get used. Like, let's say, for example, he's going to join in. He's going to be the guy. He's going to be the guy that they're going to worship, and then they're going to go, Chainsaw Man, can you help us do this and that? Like, that is immediately telling him what to do. Immediately, Denji is not free at that point, right? He is still being controlled, this time by the people who worships him. I have a feeling that Asami Taka could become the final villain of part 2. She could become the leader of Chainsaw Man Guild and her ideology might change. That is the most... I mean... The possibility that Asami Taka could become the final villain or she can become the leader of the Chainsaw Man Guild and her ideology might change. I don't see that happening at all. I don't see that happening at all. I'm trying to think of any chapters that may hint of that possibility, but I just can't. Yeah, I don't see that happening at all. I felt like Asami Taka has always been a protagonist and will always be a protagonist, and her main character, her main character journey is about. Well, I don't really remember what I said when I first read the first chapter of this part, but something along the lines of she has to break free of whatever it is that she is hiding. She has to learn how to love herself and love other people. She has to open up about feelings. Okay, now you guys are just making up some of the. I don't want to sound rude, but some of the weirdest predictions that I've ever read when it comes to Chainsaw Man. Yoru will be the final antagonist? No, she will not. Yoru fighting Pochita or Chainsaw Man can be a possibility, but this whole idea of either Mitaka or Yoru being the final antagonist when Fujimoto is clearly setting up Death to be that, it's kind of ridiculous if I'm being completely honest. Like, how did you guys came up with this idea, man? Like, where did this come from? I'm not saying that Yoru and Pochita may not fight it in the future. I mean, like I said, like that is a possibility, but for Yoru to be the final antagonist, I no. Because we're already setting up Death. We are already setting up that Yoru and Mitaka will need to find a way to not only stop the apocalypse but also to get what they want. Because here's the thing about the characters of Yoru and Mitaka, right? Is that they both want a similar objective, but it negates one and the other. Right? Mitaka wants um shit. I mean, I pretty much said everything that I wanted to say about like Mitaka and Yoru's like characters and how I feel like they're gonna go at the beginning of Chainsaw Man Part 2. Like, I don't want to contradict myself, so I guess just watch some of my discussions and some of my reviews of those early chapters and such. But I just don't see them being the final villains of the story. They may end up being the final obstacle in Part 2, but not the series as a whole. But even still, it's like you're going to set up a lot of these subplots or characters that do pose a threat, and then you're still going to make Mitaka and Yoru the final villains? No. They will have their own obstacles and they will resolve those obstacles. Mitaka and Yoru will always be at odds with each other, and they need to learn how to be with together in a symbiotic way, relationship, that's for sure. The two outcomes that are pretty obvious will always be either they're gonna live or they're gonna die. But I'm leaning more towards them living because I feel like it would be a complete wasted opportunity considering that it's been set up since the very early chapters of Part 2 that Denji and Mitaka might possibly be together. Just like Fire Punch final antagonist, he created a sort of guild praising Fire Punch, same way Asamitaka could become. Yeah, but Asamitaka isn't the one who created the guild though. That's the thing. At least at this point in the story, I don't see, or there isn't enough information to make me believe in such a theory. Do you think Denji will date Asa even after knowing she tried killing Pochita? But Asa didn't try to kill Pochita though. Yoru is. We're talking about Denji here. Denji, the guy who wanted to date Reze, and then Reze turns out that she wanted to use him, manipulate him, kill him, and then after all of that destruction, he still buys a bouquet of flowers, and he was just waiting for Reze to come back. We're talking about the same Denji here, right? So I'm just gonna say chances are yes. A few previous chapters ago, we saw that Denji really doesn't want to stop being Chainsaw Man. True, it could be build up foreshadowing from Fujimoto that he will lose his powers at some point in the future. A possibility, yes. I wouldn't say that it's going to happen though, at least for now. Because I don't think Denji just thinking that he does not want to stop being Chainsaw Man is enough evidence of some form of foreshadowing. Because that's like normal. Like if you're a superhero, of course you don't want to lose your powers, right? That's like normal. And that's the point, Lloyd. I think I've actually talked about this in the beginning chapters of Chainsaw Man when I was predicting where part 2 was gonna go. Because I think I predicted way back when, that was a year ago, geez, where I kind of predicted way back when, where I can kind of see a future where Denji and Asa are dating. They haven't realized who they are yet. Because keep in mind, unless I'm having a brain fart right now, I don't think Asa knows that Denji is Chainsaw Man, right? Remind me if that is the case, though. Because the last thing that is on, the last thing that I remember in terms of like Asa and Chainsaw Man interacting was that Chainsaw Man saved Asa. Asa sees a different Chainsaw Man. They leave out of hell. And then that's it. Yeah, she doesn't know. Okay, so as I was saying, way back when the series when part 2 started, I did make a prediction, or at least a likely scenario that Denji and Asa will end up dating. Asa doesn't know who Denji is. Denji also doesn't know who Asa is, although right now Denji knows that Asa is a powerful devil hunter, but not necessarily one that is in contract with the War Devil. And and there lies the conflict within the story, and that is these two are dying to get attention, dying to find a relationship. So when they do end up getting that relationship, they realize that they are actually enemies, and that is going to be and that is going to challenge their actual beliefs and their own personal grudges against each other. And there lies the conflict of, will Denji actually try to stop or kill or not trust Asa after everything that they went through, right? Same thing with Asa, especially because Asa also has a conflict with Yoru in this regard, because now Asa and Yoru finally has the realization of like the person that they are trying to save and kill are one and the same. So how are they going to end? So how are they going to resolve that situation? And I've also made a prediction like a long time ago that I think part 2 is going to end up with Yoru realizing that Chainsaw Man is a better ally than he is an enemy, and that Yoru, Asa, and Denji will end up becoming allies at the end of part 2 in order to prepare ourselves for the next part of Chainsaw Man, which could either be dealing with death or dealing with another enemy or other such horsemen of the apocalypse. I think that was my prediction a year ago, and I still stand by that. Because I don't think Fujimoto is going to basically recreate Fire Punch. We're not watching a Makoto Shinkai movie here. It's not like Fujimoto is going to just repeat what he did to Fire Punch. Fujimoto may repeat things from Chainsaw Man itself directly, because that is exactly what has happened in the beginning chapters of Chainsaw Man Part 2, whereas it was almost exactly the same formula that he did with Part 1. But in terms of like recreating beat for beat what happened with Fire Punch, nah. I don't think he's going to do that. Because if he did, then that would be super predictable. And almost a point of criticism from me. He may use the same themes, the same messages, right? Like I said, heavy Fire Punch vibes in terms of like the church, the cult, and all that stuff. But in terms of like, oh, Asa is going to be the villain because she's going to join the cult, and it's gonna be just like that one dude from Fire Punch. It's like, nah, that's a bit too far, in my opinion. If that ends up being the case, I will genuinely not like it. Even though it remains to be seen how it is executed, but in terms of like, if it does happen, then I can pretty much compare the two. And I will favor Fire Punch over Chainsaw Man. There has been a statement from Fujimoto lately that he is tired of drawing and wants to focus on story more, so he might just decrease the drawing quality or hire more assistants to... He can do whatever the F he wants. He is the author of the story, he has full control. Let him do what he wants. If he wants to focus on the story and hire more assistants or hire more people to draw for him, go right ahead. It's not like that has never happened before. Fire Punch, he was being assisted by a lot of people. Those people end up making their own mangas and such, so it's perfectly fine. Yoru, Asa, and Denji can become allies, but they need a solid reason for it. Maybe a common enemy who is way stronger than all of them. Then what the hell is Def been building up for? It's like, it's so obvious. It's like right there. It's like, who could they possibly go up against? It's like, it's right there. It's right in front of you. It's like Def is literally being set up for that. It is for that exact same reason. It's like, come on, it's not that hard. I would be very much surprised if Def ends up not being the final baddie, or if that's just gonna be a throwaway villain. Like come on. Why are we here? There's already a lot of mysteries within Part 2 itself. It's like, who is Fake Saw Man? What is the council president doing? What is Yoshida doing? What is Fami doing? It's like we got all of these people who are clearly either for or against Yoru, Asa, and Denji. It's like, you don't really need Def in this case at all. Like any one of them can be that common enemy. Like, it's Fujimoto has been setting all of the potentials pretty easily at this point. Like, he has all of the cards. All he has to do is just pick one and then just go, okay, yeah, you're gonna be the bad guy. And it can all make sense. That's why I still feel like Chainsaw Man Part 2 has a really strong setup. Because it's all being laid out, like the cards are all there. Fujimoto can just pick and choose which route that he wants to go. It's just that right now, it feels like he's bringing more cards to the table. Like, oh, you thought all of that wasn't enough? Let me introduce you with the Church of Chainsaw Man and the weapons or the hybrids at this point in the story. It's like, oh my god, there's more stuff going on. What is he cooking, man? What is he cooking? All right, if there's nothing else that we can discuss for now, I'm just gonna call it a day. We can discuss it further in the comment section or the next stream, which will be next week, apparently, because next week we're gonna be getting the next chapter of Chainsaw Man. Weekly Chainsaw Man chapters is back. So thank you all so much. My theory is that Death Devil is gone trapped for eternity and other horsemen of the apocalypse are preventing him to get free. That's how he can become the final boss and the common enemy. Well, yeah, that's there you go. Still remember the days when people theorized that, oh my god, Pochita is the Death Devil this entire time, and I'm like, bro, cool, but sit down. You're taking crazy pills. All right, thank you all so much for tuning in. In before all of that is right, and everything that I've said is complete hogwash, and Fujimoto just straight up said, "Matt, you fucking idiot! No, of course I'm gonna do this and that, and I'm gonna be the big dum dum." So all of these fun discussions that we had can either age like fine wine or age like milk. And honestly, it doesn't really matter because either way, it will be a surprising reveal regardless. So thank you all so much for tuning in. If you have more theories, thoughts, discussions, anything you want to discuss, maybe something that I've kind of forgotten, all that stuff, and you want to remind me or anything, let me know in the comment section down below. So see you all next time. Take care. Have a nice day. Peace.